All right, hey, I am just fixing everything up. There I am. Perfect. This webcam makes my head look bigger, I swear. All right, all right, we are going to get started. I'm hoping I'm doing this right. Welcome, guys. My name is Jeremy Bett. I'm a diamond level distributor. I've been doing AvoCare for about 4.5 years, and really excited about what we're going to be covering tonight and what we're going to be sharing with you guys. This is a fifth time that I have recorded this, so I'm hoping I perfected it by now. It's been a fun process, and all I need to tell you is if I can do this business, you can do this business. I am technologically disadvantaged. So with that said, we're gonna have some fun tonight. We're gonna keep this super casual, but we're gonna keep it informational, and I'm going to speak from the heart, and I'm going to talk to you guys, as a river where, I can tell you a little bit about, the journey of the last 4.5 years and what has worked and what hasn't worked. So let me just double check here and make sure that I have everything good to go, because I love you guys, but I really don't want to do this sixth time. So, all right, here we go. All right, cool. So here's the deal, guys. I've been doing this business 4.5 years. Made almost $1.2 million in this company. It's been absolutely amazing. But you know what? The deal. I look back and I say I can almost track 75 to 80% of my income back to a 90-day window that I went all out. When I talk about all out, there wasn't much else I did in life other than work my regular job, which was a personal trainer, gym owner, and AvoCare. So I went off the map, off the grid for about 90 days to a lot of friends and family members, but you know what? It was worth it. And now, it's been almost 3 years since I did that. And, I'm still reaping the same benefits that I did over that 90-day window. So this whole campaign, Summer to Remember, is a campaign based around taking massive action for a short period of time to get long-term value. And the reason we're doing it in the summer, because summer is one of the greatest times to build an AvoCare business. A lot of people have more time, more freedom. Kids aren't at school or at all different sporting events and things like that. So people, we get a lot of people that take advantage of the summertime to build a very, very strong income with AvoCare. So here's the deal. What we're going to be doing tonight is we're going to be talking about part one of our two-part campaign, and you'll also get access to part two, which I would, now looking back on it, I did part one on Tuesday and part two on Thursday. So the difference between taking massive action, let me just kind of debunk a couple myths out there. A couple myths out there are slow and steady wins the race. If you just don't quit, you win. But at the end of the day, if you're only out there recruiting one person every 3 months, you never gain enough momentum to gain huge value and make large amounts of money with this company. So the whole saying of if you just don't quit, you win, or if the concept of slow and steady wins a race, that's not true. And just so we know, like, just so we're very, very clear, with AvoCare, we have four different relationships. Number one is a retail customer. Number two is a wholesale customer. Number three is a hobby level distributor, somebody looking to make $500 to $1,000 a month. And number four is an advisor or a business builder. This is somebody who's at the 40% level and somebody who is working over 10 hours a week, 10 plus hours a week, committing to making, they want to make extra income, and they want to make an extra 2, 3, 5, 10, 20, $30,000 a month. So what this webinar is for is we love 1, 2, and 3. We love those relationships with those people. This webinar is not for those people that have that kind of relationship. This webinar is for people that are looking to put massive action and put 10 plus hours a week into growing something pretty darn big. Okay, so with that said, we will be talking about why, if you take a short burst of huge energy, what that can do for you in the long run. So massive action versus slow and steady. The value of that is out of this world. On top of my own experience, I get to spend a lot of time with 6 and 7 figure earners in AvoCare, and one of the same things. One of the same things that happened to me that I experienced, happened with them too. So I'm not just speaking from my own experience. I'm speaking from a large majority of the other 6 and 7 figure earners in AvoCare. They can all kind of track their income back to a 90-day window that they took massive action in. And let me just tell you, now what life looks like. I'm going to be doing this again. I'm not just preaching it, but I'm also going to be walking the walk. I'm going to be doing this again starting June 1st. And so this will be the second time that I'm going all out. But you know what life looks like on the other side of that window? A good balance, 7 to 10 hours a week. I get to choose what I do day in and day out. I can, take a long weekend whenever I want to take a long weekend. I can take a vacation whenever I take a vacation. I'm debt free. Don't have to worry about anything other than whatever I want to do day in and day out. So life is great. It's not stress free. I still have, some of the same stresses that some of y'all have, but not having to worry about finances makes things a little easier in my life. And to be able to have options, things are pretty darn good. So with that said, the long term value of what this can do for you is awesome. So here's the deal. Common denominator is we are going to take a 90-day window. The goal is to take a 90-day window, and our goal is to have 20 recruits after that 90-day window. What I mean by 20 recruits is 20 new distributors. All right, so talked a little bit about slow and steady does not win a race. Tortoise and the hare. It's almost like a plane taking off. If you ever think like, and you get in a plane, and if you're a pilot on this webinar, you guys can attest for this. To get the plane off the ground, you have to throttle down 100%, and you need to give it all out, right? But as soon as that plane gets up to the elevation that it needs to, then it can dial back the percentage, and it can go from 100% down to 60 or 30 or 40%, whatever it chooses. But if that plane is going down the runway and it's staying at 30 or 40%, it will never gain enough momentum to get off the ground. Okay, your AvoCare business is the same exact thing. So here's what recruiting 20 people would do for you, because at the end of the day, this webinar is all about you. What would it be worth in your business if you recruited 20 people in the next 90 days? Upfront commissions, 20 times 100, $2,000 right up front. Over the next year, probably $25,000, and that's going to continue to grow. And that's an awesome thing for what you do now can continue to grow down the road. That's what we call residual income, and we love it. So success loves speed. The speed of the leader is the speed of the pack. Just to go over the numbers, if you recruit 20 people in a short period of time, 60 to 90 days, here's what the numbers look like. 12 of those 20 will actually do something with the business. The other 8, I don't know what's going to happen to them, but something's going to happen to them. Life's going to happen. They might just turn into product users, and that's okay. Maybe the birds get them. For those of you guys that know that joke, I'm not really sure, and at the end of the day, it doesn't affect me at all, because I know this business is about numbers. And it hurts sometimes when you get somebody who needs AvoCare. But all you can do is offer them the solution. They need to take it and run with it. Okay. So 12 of the 20 will do something. 8 of the 20 within 90 days will look like they're leaders. 4 within 12 months. So 4 of the 8 within 12 months will remain and provide 90% of your income. 3 will be doing more than half of your volume. 2 major leaders will remain after 5 years in this business. And what that looks like is a 6-figure income for you. So think about that. What you do now really does matter 5 years down the road. Think about 5 years down the road, you reaping the benefits of being able to capture a $5,000 to $10,000 monthly income coming in month or month out whether you get out of bed or not in the morning, whether you're in, St. Thomas or you're in Charleston or you're in Buffalo or Rochester, New York or Syracuse, but yet you're still earning that same income. That's what it's all about. Now, let's say you took a little bit more time and you recruited 20 people in 20 months. 8 of them will do something. 4 within 90 days will look like they're leaders. 1 within 12 months will provide 90% of your income. And after 5 years, you'll have 0. Because the true reality is you won't gain enough momentum to get to recruit enough people. By taking massive action, you're creating massive momentum. And when you're recruiting the right type of people, they like to see momentum. The right type of people don't want to come in and be hooked up with somebody who is just going nice and slow. To recruit strong leaders, you got to have a strong message and a strong momentum. Okay, so let's go over what to do next. Number one, it's you need to pick your 90-day window. So for me, it's June 1st. Some other people did June 8th, I believe. We have a couple doing July 1st, and then we had a couple that started on Wednesday, which is crazy because I do think that the prep stage of this is going to take 3 to 4 days to really get your mind right, to get your list, to get your campaign, all that good stuff. We'll go over that. So pick your 90-day window. What that does is creates massive action to meet the deadline. What's your story? Know your campaign. This is going to be your lead in for all calls. And you got to be passionate about it. You need to be passionate about it because if you're not passionate about it, here's how those phone calls go. Hey, Cody, what's going on? Yeah, hey, I was thinking about calling you because I've been doing this thing on the side a little bit. We're helping a lot of people, get in better shape and increase energy. And on the backside of that, we're helping people make money. I don't know if you're interested or not, but let me know. Who's gonna buy that? Nobody, right? Let's say this, Cody, what's going on, dude? Good, man. Hey, I don't have a lot of time, but I wanted to call you there was a reason I was calling. And, I'm doing this AdvoCare thing. We're helping a bunch of people get healthy. We're helping a bunch of people increase their energy. On the backside of that, buddy, we're helping a bunch of people pay off their debt. And it's absolutely amazing. I didn't know where you are. I don't know where you're at with everything in life, but would you be interested in learning more? Yeah. Okay. Cool, man. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna send you a video. It'll give you some of the details. It'll give you some of the background of AdvoCare. Really allow you to kind of take some time to do your own research, and then we'll follow up on Friday. All right, bud. Okay. Cool, man. See ya. All right. Passion wins every day, right? Passion wins every time. It's not what you say, it's how you say it. It's all about passion. So if there's a campaign that you want to be passionate about, know what you're passionate about. Know what you're going to be fighting for. So what if it's, it might be paying off debt. It might be, bringing home moms to be with their kids. It might be bringing home dads to be with their kids. It might be getting somebody out of a job they hate. It might be a new market. So I know a lot of people down here in Charleston are using the new market thing. Hey, Cody, what's going on? Cool, man. Hey, I don't have a lot of time. There's a reason I'm calling. We're helping a bunch of people get in great shape, losing weight, feel amazing, increase their energy. On the backside of that, man, we're really helping a lot of people take advantage of the opportunity of Charleston being a wide open market. It's really going to bring a lot of value to those people who take advantage of it now. I'm not sure where you're at with everything in life. But I was wondering if you'd want to see more, if you'd want to learn more about what we're doing. Cool, yeah. Okay. Yeah, man, here's what we'll do next. Okay. So some people are using being a wide open market to really drive that campaign. So whatever your campaign is, know that you're going to fight for it, because here's the deal. If there's nothing else you guys get from this webinar, please get this. Number one, here's what people buy. Number one, they buy your campaign. So it might not be their campaign. So you might be doing this to pay off debt, and that's what you're telling people. Like, I'm helping people pay off debt, and they might be debt free, but they're living, they're in a job that they hate. But as long as you're fighting for a campaign, that's inspiring to them, and they'll fight for their campaign. People want to follow people who are doing something for a reason. So people buy your campaign, number one, why you're doing it. Number two, they buy you. Number three, they buy AdvoCare, and they buy the company. So number one, they buy your campaign, why you're doing it. Number two, they buy you. Number three, they buy AdvoCare. People always buy why before they buy what. They want to know why they're going to be doing it and why you're doing it. Far too often, and I'm guilty of this too. We try selling people AvocCare, and we try impressing people with AvocCare. And yeah, AvocCare is absolutely amazing. It's going to be $1 billion company this year, and we're creating so much freedom for so many people, and the whole SciMed board and unpaid endorsers, all that stuff's great, but people don't care until they know why you're doing it. All right, so put that on the back burner and really remember that it's about your campaign number one, about you number two, and your company number three. All right, so now that you've created your 90-day window, you've decided, you've made a decision, not based on your sponsor, not based on anybody but yourself. This company is your company. You're the CEO of your company. Your success is not dependent on anybody other than you. I love that about this business. So you have picked your 90-day window. You have decided your campaign. Next thing you do is you need to prep for your 90-day campaign. What is your level of commitment? We have 3 different levels. Level 1, 10 to 15 hours a week. Level 2, 15 to 25 hours a week. Or level 3, 25 to 35 hours a week. And we're going to go over some of the activities of what that looks like. We ran this out with a small pilot group back in February, and the only option I gave everybody was at level 3. And you know what happened? It wasn't good. People got burned out. A couple people finished, and they finished. One had 31 distributors, the other one had 28, and they had massive success. But most people burned out because they couldn't sustain 40, 35, 40, 50 hours a week of doing this. Okay, so you need to pick your level 1, level 2, level 3. Next thing you need to do is get your mindset right. So belief drives action. Okay, so belief in this business. So what I do every morning, I've been doing it for 4 years. I read belief statements. I read 10 belief statements of why I know our products are for everybody, why our products are great. Second, I read 10 belief statements of why I think everybody should have a secondary income, source of income, a multiple stream of income, and why I think AvocCare fits that. For those who choose to do that. And number 3, I read 10 belief statements on why I think the company is stronger than it's ever been, why I think it's going to be around forever, why I think the leadership is so strong. So at the end of the day, my belief is so strong. You can't stop me. That way when I call, close friend or family member and they try to stop me from doing this, or they try to say something negative about it, I know that they just don't know enough. So my belief statements are so strong, and it helps me face my fears. So belief plus purpose. So knowing the company is strong, knowing the products work, knowing the business works, plus purpose, knowing why you're doing it, plus action equals success. Okay? Not belief plus purpose equals success. The one main component in there is action. So yeah, belief is, we can read things all day long. Number 2, purpose, we can define what we want. We can dream a little bit. We can put goals on paper all day long. But if we don't take action, we don't get success. All right, so belief plus purpose plus action equals success. All right, clear your calendar. Next, make a list of 100 people. Start with who you'd like to do business with the most. All right, so remember, this is part 1, and then part 2 you're going to watch after this, maybe in a few days. And then lastly, but certainly not least, sacrifice now so you never have to sacrifice down the road. So one of the hardest things when you do this is to let your current team know, because here's what happens. You know who sometimes, and I'm speaking to leaders on this webinar, you know who sometimes stops you from moving forward in your business? Your current team. Sometimes we're so focused on, I just want to, do this for them and do this for them, and you're always there for them to lean on, and you're not letting them really develop themselves as leaders. So I promise you, as soon as you commit to this for the leaders, here's what's going to happen. You're going to have a couple teammates call and be like, hey, just want to chat for an hour or two and, talk about this. I know you're doing that thing, but, don't leave me. Don't leave me. Guess what? I love my team too, but you need to continue to find new people. There's people out there that need you to take action because they're waiting for you. So as much as I love my team, after 3 or 4 months, there's not much more you can do for your team other than be available for three-way calls. They know what they need to do. Now 2-3 months in, you need to still develop them. You still need to be doing a lot of the intros. You still need to be doing some trainings, stuff like that. But, after 3 or 4 months, it's time to let your team know, hey, for the next 90 days, I'm all out finding new families to help. So negotiate with your team, negotiate with your family. One of the hardest things for me to tell people is to not spend as much time with their kids or their spouse. But here's the deal. I'm saying a short period of time. Sacrifice a little bit now. So after the 90 days, you don't have to worry about time. You can do whatever you want to do whenever you want to do it. But it does take a little bit of sacrificing now. TV shows, throw your TV shows out for the next 60 to 90 days. Really, when was the last time a TV show paid you? That's what I thought. It doesn't. So get out of living like everybody else does, so you can live like nobody else down the road. All right. Eliminate all distractions. Facebook, social media, all that stuff is great. Use it as a tool and not a trap. So here's the one thing. I'll check Facebook twice a day, and I'll respond to messages because I do use Facebook as a great tool to help me recruit and to share awareness and to encourage people. But you know what else it could be? It could also be a trap, because how often, so it's 10:10 right now, I could jump on there right now and I could just start scrolling and scrolling down, pretty easy to get fallen into the trap, look at all the drama right now. So it's easy to fall into that trap. Don't do it. Of course, yeah, I want to go back right now and read more about it, but don't do it because it's not going to serve you. I promise you it will not serve you. So use it as a tool, not a trap. Email, I have probably 60,000 unread emails of everybody else trying to sell their agenda on me. Well, guess what, guys? I have an agenda in this life. And you want to know my campaign? By the time I'm 35, a year and a half from now, I want to be earning $1 million of residual income. And that's the only way that is possible is to help 100 other people get out of debt. And the reason I say $1 million, it's not about the money for me, because the money is a scorecard of what you're able to do. But guess what I can do with that $1 million? I can do a lot of stuff. I can support a lot of causes that I believe in. So that's my campaign. What else we got? Existing group, sharpen your invited skills. All right, so let's get into the list a little bit. So step number 4, make your list 100 names. And here's why. All right, how many people join? Typically 4 to 5 out of 10 people that you introduce and do it properly will join the business. And right now with the momentum of AvoCare, our numbers are amazing compared to a lot of other network marketing companies. So how many presentations do you need to get 20 in 90 days? 80 to 100. So let me just backtrack a little bit and talk a little bit about levels. So level 1, 10 to 15 hours a week. I think the goal should be 20 new distributors after 3 months. Level 2, 15 to 25 hours a week should be 30 new distributors. And level 3, 25 to 35 hours a week, that should be 40 new distributors. Your goal should be 40 new distributors after the next 3 months, like 90 days. Okay, so how many presentations do you need to do to get 20? That's 80 to 100 people that you need to reach out to. Okay, how to map it out, first 10 days, stuff like that. We're going to go over that in video number 2. And really we'll go over, what you're going to be doing. Video number 2, champions webinar, second 10 days, third 10 days, finally make a decision. All right. It's all about the math and the numbers. You don't get emotional with numbers. You use them as your map on what you need to do to get you to where you want to get to. That's it. 90 days will pass anyways, guys. If you make 100% commitment to this plan, you'll be glad you did down the road. I promise you. If nothing changes, nothing changes. So next step, plug into our 30-minute webinar, Introduce Like a Champion at 9 p.m. Eastern. So this is a recorded call, so you guys can jump right on to the next video if you want. I'm going to put them both on YouTube. Start doing pre-launch action steps. Decide on commitment level 1, 2, or 3. Pick a date to start. negotiate with friends, family, and current downline. Start recruiting some inner circle. So inner circle is maybe 2 or 3 people. I wouldn't recommend more than 3 people. Sorry about that short that close up there. I wouldn't recommend more than 2 or 3 people. This is people maybe you just got signed on, or are really close friends and family. And just reaching out and say, hey, I would love a couple people to lock arms with and also do this campaign with. So let me know if you're interested. So use your judgment on this. This is not people that are just kind of wavering, and they don't really know what they want. This is people that are saying, all right, I'm in too, man. What's up? What do I do next? How do I go? I'm ready. Let's go. And they're willing to put in 10 plus hours a week. Do not. I saw somebody do this week already. They made the mistake of trying to make somebody who just signed up for $80 and just wants to do this thing a couple hours a week and make an extra $400 or $500 a month. They tried pushing them into doing this, and guess what? They lost them. The person said, nope, that's too much for me right now. I'm good. So don't make sure that what people are wanting out of this, and lock arms with this program, with this campaign, with the people that are ready to take massive action now. Load up on DVD's Impact magazines, and then number 6, make a list of 100 people that you know. All right, people you'd love to do business with first, throw them on the list. So with that, I am signing off, guys, and I appreciate you taking time to jump on part 1 of our 2-part series, Summer to Remember. And I promise you guys, if you guys take this serious and you do go all out, you'll thank me 5, 10, 15 years down the road. So if I can do it, you can do it. All right, signing off.